All right, boys and girls, it is time for the next episode of Sketching the Privateer, the story of America's pirate Patriot, the story of me making my comic book, something I've always wanted to do. Let's hang out and talk some comic book stuff while I draw Sketching the Privateer. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for Sketching the Privateer, episode 97. We're coming up on 100 pretty quick. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you guys on this fine Good Friday. Whatever faith you are, hope you're having a good weekend. Lord Thoth, it's me. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We're going to continue the work we were doing on the family portrait that I'm doing. So be sure to stick around for that. I hope you're doing well this Good Friday. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and switch microphones and all that good stuff, get them set up. Hang on 1 second. That way I can move around. Don't worry, you haven't lost me yet. I just got to get this set up here. We'll see. This is a remote mic that my wife got me a while back. Yeah, that's working okay. I'm probably gonna sound a little bit funny, guys, but we will get through it. Let's see. I think it's this one right here. If that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay. I'm sitting here trying to whisper and I don't need to. All right. Good deal. Got that. And then I'm doing fantastic, brother. Doing fantastic. Easter's coming and I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Let's see. And I've got to switch cameras too. First of all, I've got to share the screen that I'm going to use to show you guys what I'm doing. I got to do that, right? Got to get set up for the sketch. Yeah, there we go. That's all set. And then we got, hang on, let me see. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, I think that'll be better right there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that'll get it as big as I can. Happy Easter to you too, buddy. That'll get it as big as I can get it. And then we want to, let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna switch cameras. Hang on. Oh, let's see. Oh, no, that's not what it is. There's the camera. Okay. I'm gonna go from that one to this one right here, I'm pretty sure. That's the one we want to go to? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I got my lights on, so we're good to go. We're all set. Let me make sure my mic's going to work. You guys let me know if you can't hear me. I'm going to be able to see the chat. I've got it right here. So, on my phone. For YouTube, anyway. I can't see it on every channel. Welcome aboard, all you people on X and Rumble. Yeah, it's Easter weekend. And what better way to do it than to do a family portrait, right? Let's see what we got here. All right. Yeah, it's very echoey. It's what they call a remote lapel mic. It may not be the greatest thing in the world. I'm not, it was a gift from my wife, so I've got another one I can try out, but this one seems to do okay. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. All right, so we are going to do more work on the family portrait today. I'm going to get to work on that. Let's see, get this centered on the screen for you. Make sure that's, oh, it's about to fall down. No. Don't fall down. Scoot on over. Okay, that should be centered on the screen. Yeah, we're all set. Okay, so I've been wondering what I was going to do with her skin, and I think I figured it out. I'm going to do some, oh, how should I put this? Bricked up portions of her skin. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it look kind of 3D. Right? And what I was thinking was, we'll go ahead and start the detail down here on her skin. I want to get rid of some of these lines here. And the shading portion I don't want to do yet. Just don't want to do that yet. And I really like the way these eyes are looking. So I think we're going to give her a lot of eyes. I was going to make them, I can make them a little bit, what do they call it? Hang on, let me get this thing going in the right direction. That should be better. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. My camera wasn't set. But yeah, we should, what I'm going to do, they call it emissive eyes. In other words, they're glowing kind of thing. But I think I'm going to only do that when she gets mad or something. I like having the human looking eyes, so I think they're going to do it that way. But what I want to do here is try and put like a double layer on it, if you understand what I'm saying. And this is going to come out a little bit from it, thusly. And it's gonna, I think we're gonna make it kind of jagged on the outside. I know it sounds like it's gonna be a bad boob job or something, but you'll see what I'm shooting for here when I get done with it. Of course, that's gonna come out from there, and we're gonna have some shade on it. Give it kind of a 3D effect to show you that she's kind of she's encrusted in these parts, right? Because she doesn't want to look like she's nude, right? So that's the kind of thing I'm shooting for on this part, I think. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. Now, from there, what we want to do, I really wish, you know what I need? I think they make a pencil eraser, and what I need to do is just shade this whole thing, right? And then come back and do the cracks. Of course, I'm going to do this in several levels, guys. I want to hang this in my house, the actual pencil sketch. So I'm going to do a lot of detail on this pencil sketch, all right? Do a lot of detail on it. That's what I think we're going to shoot for on her outfit here. But let's go ahead and get up here. And I think we're about to the point where we can go ahead and grab some darker pencils and start shading this in. I think Um, light source, you always got to remember where your light source is going to be. Light source on this one's going to be up here, coming that way. So I really need to look. Uh-oh, it's a ref again. How you doing, man? Oh wow, you're back. Yes, I'm always here on Fridays at 1 o'clock. Let me see. We want to get the picture I was using, right? I'm pretty sure I put those all in one file. I think it's in my comic book work. I think that's where it's at. Yeah. Yep, there they are. Okay, so you got my face. Now, just to show you, this is a picture from me. Actually, you probably see it better here. This is a picture of me doing a Mardi Gras float. Okay, and I was up on a ladder and was shot from below me. So, greatest artist ever here, really? Oh, go man! I didn't know you were the greatest artist ever. I know you're not talking about me. I'm good, but I'm not the greatest artist ever. This guy's a lot better than me. Let me tell you. Okay, we want to do some detail in here. This is going to be a head wrap. All right, so we need some wrinkles in it. It's tucked under his head, and then we got his hair here. His hair. A lot of that's going to be darker this way. Actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. That's his ear. That's his ear. Busy doing things and forget what I'm doing. All right, that's his ear right here. Okay, so we've got that. And then what we're going to do is work on the eyebrows a little bit. I do have some thick eyebrows. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm the private. It's modeled after me. Everybody in this picture's got, it's a member of my family. And yeah, it's like that. Okay, so we got that. Now, let's go ahead and get started on the eyes. Eyes are pretty simple. I've already sketched it out, so I can go ahead and get started with the next pencil. It's going to be an HB. Of course, the darkest line in any eye is going to be where the eyelid meets the eyeball. Okay? Away from the light. So, you got the light coming down this way, so it's going to be the top. If 9 times out of 10, your darkest line is going to be this one right here on the eye. Okay? Because the light is coming from the top down towards it, right? And in this case, we're going to make the light coming from the front, right? We want to, if we did it from the back, all these faces would be shadowed. And we don't want to do that. So it's going to be from the front right, and that's going to make this line the darkest in the eye, where the eyelid meets the eye. Okay? Little fox got some big, beautiful eyes. And of course, the second, well, that's the darkest thing, and this right here. The actual pupil. The opening in the iris where the light goes through. That's going to be your darkest point. Okay? The darkest thing in there, that and that line there. There's certain rules when it comes to drawing portraits. You don't ever want to get anything darker than that, okay? Now, the tip of her nose is going to be black, but we can do that. We can indicate that this way, okay? But we don't want to make it completely black because you see we need something darker in there for the nostrils, right? All right, so go ahead and this is going to be a hard line here. because this is where the bottom of the tip of the nose meets the furred part up top, right? She's a fox, and so is our man over here. Now, I always want to take whatever pencil I'm using, and I want to draw a line that, I think you've heard me talk about this before. When you're doing eyes, you want to treat it like it's the spokes of a tire. At least the way I do it. This is the way I was taught. And the center, of course, is in the middle of the pupil, and you just pull that line out where it meets the right there where the iris meets that top line. Draw that out from the pupil and then shade that in. That's going to be. But here, probably the next pencil I won't use that anymore. Just depends on how dark the eyes are. You know, if somebody's got some dark brown eyes, then you can keep going with darker stuff. But if, like, Royal Fox has got green eyes, so we don't want to make them that dark. That's probably going to be as dark as I am. Okay, so let me check the chat real quick. Sorry about that. When I'm drawing, I can't get to it too much. Let's see. I love this so very much. Yeah, I am talking about you. Really? Well, thanks, Rip. Let's see. Greetings, my excellent friends. Yes, it's good to see you, Martine. Lurking at the moment. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Good to see you. But, and you want to bring these lines down from the outside a little bit, okay? And I tend to, what I'll do is I'll go, once I start that, if I'm doing multiple faces, I'll go ahead and do that so I know I'm done with that pencil when it comes to the eyes. Now, you notice I have a highlight in each one, and I indicated that with the first pencil I was using, my lightest one, and I won't go into that circle at all. It's imperative you don't touch that, because if you go in there and you erase, it's going to smear it, and it's not going to be white. I try not to use. Some people use. They have a white chalk pencil to do highlights with. I try to stay away from that. It really looks funky to me when you have to do that. So, okay. I got the Privateer's eye up here. Go ahead and get him rolling. Once again, I'm not going inside that highlight. All right. Okay, and then we got young David. Say David. It's the American Fox is the character's name. All right. He looks great. You should see the picture I took it off of. I found a video where he was making faces, and I just snapshotted one where it made him look really mean. You know, I think he was goofing around with his daughter or something. I don't know. With the great Reagan, and Reagan sent me a picture the other day. She's been drawing. She's been trying to do some drawing. I'm gonna have to get back with her. I actually thought about teaching lessons online, and I used her as a guinea pig one day to see how that would go, and it went pretty good. And she obviously listened to me, because she actually did some pretty nice drawings the other day. So Reagan, if you're out there watching, or if you're watching on a replay, you're doing good. Keep it going. Of course, I texted her back right away. I said, nice. All right. You know how those of us that have grandchildren are. We love our grandchildren. We spoil the shit out of them. Okay, so we got that. This, yes, we're going to shade this. I'm going to go ahead and shade it, but I may go in with something like it. I'm going to have to see. You guys that are artists out there, let me know in the chat. Do they have a pencil eraser, something that I can erase and make white lines with? I may have to, on hers in particular, I may have to get one of those things that I can't stand. One of those chalk pencils to do the highlights with, because it's going to be, when it comes to making lava skin in a pencil sketch, it's going to be kind of tough, I think, not to go without doing it. So. But yeah, instead of this looking like spokes of a tire, it's going to look like encrusted lava, right? That's the way we're going to do her. She's going to have lava skin. I know, you know, the drawings of the Human Torch, they look like, you know, emissive eyes, which I want to do something different, you know? I don't want to make her look just like the Human Torch. You know what I'm saying? But the same rules apply. This is where her eyelid meets the eye, right? So that's still going to be the darkest line, even though she's kind of illuminate. You know what I mean? That's still going to be the darkest thing. Now, and you'll see in a lot of horror movies, they'll light the face from the bottom, and that would make the bottom line the darkest thing. And this one's top right. And actually, now we're going to have to make it top left, because I've got all the highlights. Now that I'm looking at it, all the highlights in the eyes are top left. So there you go. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, these guys are just talking to each other, saying hi. Okay. Cool, man. Cool. All right, let's see. I like the way this is looking. Let's go ahead and finish Regal Inferno's eye here. With this pencil, I'm not finishing it per se. I'm just using this pencil till I'm done with it. Okay, then we want to get the next darkest one we're going to use, which is going to be probably a 2B. I think that's as dark as I'm going to get on this thing. If I can find a 2B. All these are H's. That's a 3B. Here's me a 2B right here. 2B or not 2B. Now we're just talking the shading pencils. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, drawing pencils have several different thicknesses and hardness. The harder the pencil, the lighter the amount. I did this with a 2H, too hard, right? It's kind of like I don't know, how do I put this? It's kind of like, you remember in school you had that, let me draw it here real quick. You had that line where it had 0 in the middle. I can't remember what it's called. 1, 2, 3, and then you had negative numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Well, okay. Let's say these are the positive numbers. These are the B's going up, and they get darker. Let's say that's negative numbers. They don't show as negative numbers though. You learn this as an artist. You've got an HB as your 0. That's a hard soft together, right? And then you've got a 2H, 4H, and a 6H. Well, you would think, 2 would be the hardest, right? No, 2 is hard. 4H is harder, 6H is harder, and the harder it is, the less lead you're going to get on the paper. I tell people all the time, do not engrave, man. If you need to get darker, get a softer pencil. If you engrave the paper, you'll never be able to fix your mistakes and erase. You won't be able to do that. Okay, so we got that done. Now, we're going with 2B. So I go in and redraw the line. That'll make it darker right away. All right. Oh, shit. I need to sharpen that. That's a little choppy. I always like to get the eyes done first, man. I always like to do that first. As you can tell, I like to do a lot of work on the eyes. Because the eyes are... You're not going to believe this, but... eyes in a portrait, they tell the whole story, man. If you can get them right, you've really knocked it out of the park. The other thing is hands in a portrait. If you screw up hands, people are going to know it. They're going to see it. And it's pretty bad when hands get messed up in a portrait. I'm sorry if I'm blocking out the camera. But this light right here is kind of shining off the graphite. I have to see exactly where I'm going here. All right. So we put this in next. And I think at this point we can go ahead and put... He's got some nice eyelashes, guys. We're going to go ahead and put those in there. And remember, don't draw... Remember, the eyelashes come out from the eyelid, right? But you don't want them coming out of that line, because it makes it look like it's growing out of the eyeball. That's not the case. What you have here is you have these eyelashes right close to where it touches, but not in there, okay? Yeah, I like how that looks. Man, damn. God, this is looking good. And don't worry if it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. You just want to give the illusion that she's got some thick, pretty eyelashes, right? That's what we're shooting for. Now the guys, not so much. You just give them a few, right? You want to have the illusion they have eyelashes, but you first of all you spread them out, okay, and not as thick, right? Girls got eyelashes, okay? They have eyelashes, no doubt about it. Now, what I'm going to do with these eyelashes, I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely not going to make them little bitty flames. I got to come up with something. Maybe we'll have flames coming off of them. But we have to indicate that there's eyelashes there for right now. Alright. Can't have my daughter not looking like a girl. Come on. Can't do that. She's not one of these chicks that tries to be androgynous. She's a pretty girl. Okay. So now we need to get on these eyebrows. Now, if I mess up my wife's eyebrows, she's going to be mad at me. Let's do this. Some attention here and get this right. And at this point, I think I want to go ahead and draw the line for this. This is going to be a dark line here, the top hat line. I want to place my hand and try not to move it as I go along, though, because you're going to end up smudging your stuff. Okay? Man, I like the way this is looking. Good gosh almighty. It really is looking cool. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's looking tough as nails myself, but that's just me. What do I know? Right? And then we're gonna, okay, the light's coming from this direction, down. So this side of the nose is gonna be a little darker than the other side. We want to show that it's rounded, right? So let's put a shade in here. And a shade to the outside of the nostril. And then maybe we'll put, let's do this whole side of it. Let's get that there. And then we'll, remember this is an animal's nose, right? So it's gonna have some more pronounced nostrils, right? And then maybe in here we'll put a little shade. But the light's going to be hitting it here and there, so maybe a little under there. That's looking good. Oh, well, I say I like that. I went a little far. That's okay. We can fix it because we're not engraving. We're sketching. Remember, you got to... There we go. That's much better right there. Get, what did I use here? Yeah, the HB. Right back in. Okay, like that. Looking good. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the HB now that I've done all the eyes, and I'm gonna start drawing kind of the outline of what I want here. Got the hands. I'm telling you, if you get the hands wrong, you're just gonna be kicking yourself, really. Now you see I just drew fingertips and put the claw nails on it afterwards. So I'm going to go back in here and get rid of those lines. They're not that pronounced. Alright. And then just come back. I want to give it an outline. It is a comic book picture. Okay. You want a little bit of the fantastical. It looks like bringing the knuckles down that far. I think the hand needs to go more like this. Pop and lock kind of thing. I'm sorry, sometimes when I get going here, I get lost and I stop talking. I apologize, guys. But anyway, yeah, this is looking good to me. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, okay, so we've got the side of the hand. All right. The knuckles are actually going to be back a little further. Might have to do some adjustments here, not sure. But I can always erase. Because I'm not engraving. I'm sketching. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And her hand is going to be black. Because, you know, foxes. Fox's paws are black, right? Don't have to worry about that too much either. Okay, so now, yeah, let's go ahead and start getting the outline up here. Get it in there so I can start erasing all the excess lines around it. With that line established, I can go ahead and get rid of some of this and not worry. See, it's going to erase that line too, but I did that so I can see it better. Yeah, I'm not engraving, but I can see it a lot sharper now. This line, I want to be a little bit more measured, right? We're actually going to bring that down in a little bit and then bring it out here. And before we get too far gone, we want to get rid of all these lines in here, inside here, because the light source is coming from here. So it's going to hit that really hard. So it'll be the lightest thing on there, right? You always got to remember where your light's coming from. Got to establish that. If you have to, make yourself a little mark, like a sun or something. You can always erase it later, but this is where you're telling yourself, hey, this is where my light source is coming from. That dictates which way all the shades are going to go and everything, right? A lot of erasing and drawing. Right? And even if you don't get all of these lines erased, it's a pencil sketch. It's supposed to look like that. Okay? Yeah, like that. I'm just establishing an outline because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. This part of the hat's going to get shaded, right? right? Darker and darker as we go, right? Yeah, like that. So this is going to have a little bit of a curve, but you know, every once in a while you want to put a point in there to show, hey, there's a fold there. You know, that's why I'm going to put it right there. Make it look like it's a little bit beat up. I mean, the guy is 250 plus years old, you know. He was born exactly 16 years before the Declaration of Independence, okay? So, yeah, he's an old dude. Now, if you're wondering how he can still be alive after all those years, you'll have to read the story. And that's coming. I'm actually thinking about, you guys let me know what you think. I'm actually thinking about, when I'm not drawing, writing a book of it. Like when I'm at work. I've got some free time on my hands at work and I can't bring my drawing stuff with me. I'm actually thinking about writing a book of it. I don't know. I'll put a poll up on X and see what everybody says. Let's see. Okay. Go ahead and get rid of this stuff I was doing earlier. When you're sketching, you do a lot of erasing. A lot of erasing. Looks like I smudged it up there. But like I said, if you're not engraving, you can get this stuff off. Especially if you have some decent paper. The stuff I'm using is pretty good. Now this symbol he's got on his hat, and you'll see that my man here has it on his beret. It's the symbol for the United Planets, an organization that they are part of. They're not exclusive to them, but they do work for them on occasion. Okay, we got the light coming in this direction, so this is going to tend to look a little bit lighter too. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of this. This is what we call a kneaded eraser. You can bend it to any shape you want, really. Okay. Go ahead and knock down some of these lines here. Because what you do when you're sketching a circle, you actually draw the circle several times, and then when you come back to it, you can actually see it in all those lines. That perfect little circle or oval or whatever shape you're looking for. It's there. You just have to find it in all those lines. And I think I'm going to give this a little bit of depth this way. I like that. I'm kind of seeing that in my circles. And actually, let's remember your own words, Joe. The light is coming front that way, so this wouldn't be doing that. That would be pretty bright, right? So I want to get rid of that. Bring this out, make it more of a straight line there, and start the curve here. Come back around. Like this. And then bring this line up from the bottom. Right? Because that's where the shade's going to be. Shade's going to be right in here. And it'll get darker as it goes back, right? And there you go. Give it a little bit of depth, right? That's how you do it, guys. It's not a hard process. It's really not. It's a lot of fun, actually. Let me see how much time I have. I'm trying to keep this show down to an hour. Oh, I got 20 minutes. I'm good. I can do some more work here. Okay, so this is going to be a dark line here, no doubt. This is where he's got kind of a head rag underneath the hat. Okay, so that line right there where they meet is going to be pretty dark. And then his hair's flowing out this way. Of course, the light's going to cast a shadow back this way. All right. And of course, the shape of the hat itself is going to go back that way. The rest of this, though, is going to be okay. Let's put a little bit of an edge here on the front here because that's going to be well lit, like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these lines in here. And you can make this, the way you clean this thing, see, if you look really close right there, you see a big black smudge on it. And the way you clean it is like this. And I always keep a rag with me to wipe my fingers on because you'll end up with lead all over your fingers. So you definitely want to keep everything clean because you'll end up smudging the hell out of what you do. You really will. And it's not good to do that. So I'm going to do that to clean the graphite out. And then, oh, I smudged it up here, it looks like. Okay. Now, this little flap right here is on the opposite side of the light, right? It's up front, coming this way. So this is going to get dark back here. Not super dark, but it's going to get dark. And the further back it goes, the darker it's going to get. All right, so back in here, get a little bit darker. I love the tri-cornered hat, man. Nothing says Patriot like a tri-cornered hat. It really does. Okay. I wonder how many shows it's going to take me to do this. Of course, I'm trying to draw a little bit more during the week, so let's hope I get some done this week. Go ahead and put the shade in here. All right, we don't want to go super hard. We just want to go over what we already had. Pull it back this way. Maybe sharpen that line a little bit this way. All right. Do the same thing on the other side. All right. Yeah, man. And if you're erasing lines, just fine. Just go back and do it. But you want to work from the top down as much as possible. That way, if you got any smudging you did, you can come back and fix it. Like I see some smudging right there. You just erase that out. You know. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing, guys. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I definitely got some lines to get rid of here, though. Okay. I think this is where we're going to leave it for today. I'm just about, no, I do want to take care of this. Let's go ahead and get rid of this line and pull this out. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Starting to get some depth. Starting to get some depth to it. What do you think? Okay, let me go ahead and switch over to my other camera and everything and let you guys know what's going on with the channel before we get out of here. Hang on. I won't be echoing as much here in a second because I'll switch back to my other mic. Let me go ahead and switch cameras. And switch microphones. Looking good. I like the way they're looking pretty tough. The big thing I'm thinking about right now is how to do my girl. Hang on one second real quick. I'm going to shoot a picture of it and show you what it looks like from my perspective, because you're seeing a slanted perspective, guys. Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and shoot this picture. Straight on. Oops, I have it set up for video. Just a couple of them. Okay, so let's see if I can get this up for you real fast. Yeah, that's looking good. This will give you an idea of it. Hang on, let's see. What's up? Yeah, that'll work. God, I swear to God, man, wires. They're going to be the end of society as we know it. Wires are going to be the end of us. Hang on real quick. Let me get in the chat here, see if anybody's talking here. Yeah, Boosh is here. Okay. Let's see. It's Alice in Get Me the Hell Out of This Land. Put a keg of rum in there. Empty space on the left. Lord Thoth, good times. Boosh. Yes. Boosh. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this up here where you guys can see it real fast. I just shot a picture of it and sent it to my WhatsApp so I can pull it out real quick. Hang on. Okay. Let's just download it and then we'll open it up over here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at now. Blow it up a little bit. And like I say, my biggest struggle, guys, is going to be doing this chick on the bottom. You see what I'm looking for here? You see on top of her right breast there, I'm trying to give it an encrusted look where it's got kind of an edge to it. I'm going to keep working on the shading of it, but yeah, you know, the girl can't wear clothes, but she doesn't want to look nude, right? So what she's going to do is she's going to encrust parts of her skin to cover up certain things, and like the shoulders for armor and things like that. Lord Thoth says challenging. Yes, it is challenging. I'm trying to make it look different. I don't want to make her look like the Human Torch. You know what I'm saying? The Human Torch has got those lines, those vertical lines and everything. So, and as you can see, she's going to have wasp wings. That's going to be a challenge in itself right there. Trying to show movement there. I think that's, you know, it's kind of like the ornithopters in Dune. That's what she's got on her back. But I like the way the royal fox looks. That's one of my favorite pictures of my wife. It's a really good looking picture there. Dave is looking great, looking tough as nails. Wait until you see this beard fleshed out. Imagine
a crazy Scotsman. That's my stepson, man. His last name is Burrows, so hey, a good Scottish name, right? And then you got the Irishman, right? The Privateer. He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. I like how the eyes are turning out. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I know you're going to enjoy the story. That's why I'm thinking about writing a book of this as I go along, because the comic's taken a while, man. It really is. I mean, I now understand why there's teams of guys working on this stuff. So, anyway. I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's let you know what's going on with the channel and all my friends that I broadcast with too. If you've watched my shows before, I push my friends just as much as I do myself. Of course, you can watch Sketching the Privateer every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. I invite you to come out and see all the behind-the-scenes stuff. If you've watched this show from the beginning, you know that I've read those of you that have watched it from the beginning, you already know the origin of the Privateer. You already know the origin of the Royal Fox. You already know exactly what the first 2 issues are all about, because I plotted them right here on this show. So if you want to see any of that behind the scenes stuff, just check the thumbnails. I actually put on the thumbnails when I read the origin stories, when I was working on covers, stuff like that. So we do it every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Now, don't forget, later on tonight on Pop Culture Minefields channel, my good friend Das Wolfen will be hosting Game Night. And tonight he's playing Detroit Become Human. He's pretty close to being done with it. You need to check him out on X. He's got a poll up for which game he's going to play next. You guys can go vote on it. So, but we're not done with Detroit Become Human. He may wrap it up tonight. So tune in at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel to find out if he gets done with it. And then Sunday is the next time you'll see me on my channel. Myself and my younger brother Highlander will be getting together to show you that is the clown show that is 2024 in this week's headlines. We'll be talking about everything from the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse to Louis Gossett Jr. passing away. Rest in peace, Lou. Loved your stuff, man. Looking forward to seeing my brother on Sunday to talk about all that stuff in today's headlines at 5 p.m. Central Time right here on Joe's Atmosphere. And then be monitoring Jed Revenwolf's channel. He's going to be bringing back the Roadhouse, the MFR Roadhouse here pretty soon. It's going to be late night on Sundays, though. He's going to do it at around 11 p.m. at the earliest Central Time, okay? And then, speaking of Louis Gossett Jr., Monday on Military Monday, Morning Coffee with Gary, we always cover military movies, and he has decided we're going to do Officer and a Gentleman in honor of the late, great Louis Gossett Jr. I love the way he called my man mayonnaise. I loved it, man. That is a great movie. If you've never seen it, check it out and come join the conversation on Pop Culture Minefields channel at 10 a.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Monday afternoon, It's Only Talk and Roll comes your way on That 70 Rock Fans channel. He's doing Dance with the Devil, Cozy Powell tribute. This guy played with so many bands, it's not even funny. I can't list them all, but they're going to be doing that on It's Only Talk and Roll this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. I, however, will be busy at the same time over on Ryan Roger Athay's channel. He's going to do his first wrestling show and asked me to come and be on his panel. For that, we have WrestleMania coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's going to be very interesting, the conversations we're going to have Monday. So come check it out. I'm not sure what the name of the show is, but it's on Ryan Roger Athay's channel, and it's at the same time It's Only Talk and Roll comes on at 4 p.m. Central Time. Just bounce between the two shows. I'm still going to remain a regular on It's Only Talk and Roll. It's just I did tell Ryan I would help him with his first episode of this one. So look forward to that on Ryan Rogers Athay's channel at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Tuesday, I start my streaming week with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, Video Games, Cocktails, and Fails. And this week, it's going to be Stuntman Ignition on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. So come check it out. And this one puts the fail in video games, cocktails, and fails right here. You fail a lot playing this game, but it's a lot of fun. Come check it out Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Wednesday, we get started with, this is my busiest day of the week. I do 3 shows on this day. State of the Atmosphere, everything pop culture you need to know. We do the box office receipts. We tell you a little bit of the headlines of the week in pop culture. And we also go through movies and all that other stuff. We do reviews and everything. So definitely come check out State of the Atmosphere for your pop culture needs at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then shortly after that show goes off the air, I'll be on with John Das Wolfen in his first game night of the week. The same show he does tonight at 8 p.m. he does at Wednesday at 8 p.m. and he's doing Uncharted Lost Legacy on Wednesdays. So come check that out Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then I have my second video game show of the week on Wednesdays. It's Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And I'm doing a walkthrough of Mass Effect. I've never played it. I'm enjoying it so far. I started it Wednesday night. So if you want to get caught up, go watch the replay of that. And I'll be playing the second part of it this Wednesday. And then it's right back around to sketching the Privateer on Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. You guys are great. Let's see. Yeah, happy Easter, just like Lord Thoth says. He says, Sarge. Yeah, talk about officer and gentleman, no doubt. Played the first 3 Mass Effects, finished first 2. I hear you. I heard there's some controversy about the end of part 3. But I'm going to find out for myself playing through the first one. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Do that with all your favorite YouTubers. They'll appreciate you for it. And until I see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.